Hi there, it's Paul Tarpley, nutrition and lifestyle coach at Rawsome Healthy. And I wanted to make a video today about, in response really to a lady who left a message in our group regarding fresh produce. Now, we made a video about getting fresh produce at the time of the moment with the coronavirus going on, and you really got to boost your immune system, make sure you're eating as healthily as possible. Well, she left a message saying that I've gone to my local grocery and all the shelves have been stripped and there's nothing there, nothing at all. Now, I'm sure all of us have seen in the newspapers, around the world that, you go into shops and people have taken everything off the shelves. There's nothing left. It's just bare. I know that in the UK, for example, that's definitely been the case. In Spain here, we've been quite blessed. We're quite lucky in regards to the fact that we can go to the fruit shop and vegetable shop. We can go to the grocer. We can go to the supermarket, and there is still stuff there for us to have. There are a lot of people going there and taking stuff, but they are replenishing it as well at the same time. But, what do you do if it's all gone, that you go there and you need food and it's all been stripped off the shelves? Now, first thing is, it might be a case that they are going to replenish the shelves. It might take a day or a few hours and they'll bring more stuff in. You just got to know when it's coming in so you can get in there and get your produce. Or it may be that for some reason there's a delay or there's some other problem with getting the produce to wherever you are. And obviously we all live in different places. Some people live out in the country, some people live in the cities. And, look, what do you do if you have a problem where you don't get the fresh produce? Well, there's different things you can do. So obviously, as I've said, getting fresh produce is the most ideal thing to do. So, getting all your fruits and vegetables fresh, and that really is the optimal, food to have. But if you can't do that for whatever reason, you can't get your hands on it, then there's some other options that you've got. So I would say for sure, if you can get dried fruit from anywhere, again, get lots of dried fruit, dates, figs, raisins, sultanas, these kinds of things. So, lots of calories, it's fruit. So get those for definite, if you can get those and get plenty of them. We're talking about frozen fruits and vegetables. So if you've got a frozen food aisle somewhere, get the frozen fruits, get the frozen vegetables, and use those as well. If you can get the fresh produce, frozen fruits and vegetables, they have a bit less nutrition in them because they're frozen, but they're still healthy for you. So I would definitely go for those as well and get those if you can at all. Other than that, if you can't do that, then we're talking about things like packeted lentils, or we're talking about beans or pseudo grains. We're talking about amaranth, quinoa, buckwheat, millet, things like this that you can cook, or even rice if you have to. And go for the brown rice, is definitely healthier than the white rice for sure. So go for these other options as well if you can't get the fresh produce. Again, another option would be if you could go for things like juices, even if they're pasteurized, ideally not concentrate, but if you can get pasteurized juices, fresh juices, well, as in fresh juices, as in fruit juices, for example, or even veggie juices if you can, and get those as well. They're still going to have nutrition in them. That's better than not having anything at all. We did talk about canned foods. That's not really good for you at all because it's got a plastic lining in there. So I really wouldn't recommend those. But obviously that would be a last resort. If you had nothing else that you could use, then go for something like that. But before that, I would go for all the other options I've talked about. Now, another option would be, if you can, go to like a health shop if you've got one around, get some powdered things like, for example, organic barley juice grass powder. Get something like that, or other powders that you can use. Yes, it's not fresh, but again, it's better than nothing. So go to a health shop and get these kinds of things, powdered vegetables, dried fruits, again, if they've got dried fruits in there at all. Maybe they've got things like nut bars, with like dried fruits in them and nuts and things. Again, nuts and seeds is another option as well to add to your diet as well with all this going on. Root vegetables I didn't mention. So root vegetables, sweet potatoes, if you can get organic, great. If you can't, then peel them as well to get the skin off them first before you eat them, before you cook them and eat them. So really, these are the other options that I wanted to talk about. And obviously, if you've got a garden, you can grow your own stuff. But obviously, a lot of us haven't got gardens, or gardens big enough to cater for us for weeks on end. So that isn't really an option. But if you do live out towards the country somewhere on the edge of the city, maybe you can go to a farm and talk to a farmer, and they might have food there that you can buy off them as well. So that's another option as well. Look online for delivery services. We've got a delivery service here that they can actually deliver from a shop here as well, fruits and vegetables. So that is another option as well. So, it's just about knowing what to go for and planning ahead, and doing some research as well. And if you have to go out somewhere, then perhaps you can go somewhere more local and ask somebody. Obviously it is difficult at the moment, I know, with the coronavirus and having restrictions on everybody, but obviously you can just do the best that you can. So I hope that's helped answer that question, and the question I'm sure a lot of you have at the present time as well, with all these shops having the shelves being stripped bare. So I hope this video has helped you. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.